Hey, and welcome to another Bazzagolf and another big golf tour course review. Today we are at Chapel-En-Le-Frith here in the Derbyshire countryside, and it looks like a really beautiful parkland course. Greens, from what I can see so far, look stunning. Here's the clubhouse behind me. They've got a little patio over here. We'll do a little review of their facilities and the course, and we'll let you know how it goes. So let's have a look around the clubhouse and then we'll get out on the first tee. So welcome to Chapel-En-Le-Frith Golf Course here in the Derbyshire countryside. It's a nice looking course from first impressions, and we're going to take a wander through the clubhouse here, have a quick look around. Up the stairs, speed this bit up, you don't need to see that. And we turn in then to the combined snug bar and restaurant area. They obviously hold events and things here. They've got a dance floor and a big area. Actually, a nice place to sit and have a conversation. We had a chat with the club captain while we were here as well. And they've got this nice patio area outside. Great in the summer, overlooking the 18th green and these nice floral arrangements out here. They do have a nice chipping green and also practice putting green, and a little driving range as well. It's a take your own ball kind of arrangement, but they have a practice area where you can hit some balls out there as well. So all good. They have this little snug as well for when they're putting on events, so the members have somewhere to go and have a beer after they've played. And hole number one then is a par 5 to get us underway, stroke index 3. 531 yards, dogleg right to left. Oh wow. Yeah, I saw it. it's very right. Okay, we're on the wrong fairway, but we'll go. There should be somewhere down there. This hit the tree and ricocheted almost 90 degrees left to the other side of the fairway. So we are really making this hole longer than it needs to be. Third shot then. Hold on. 1, 2, over there, 3. Okay, so third shot then to this green. Seems to roll from left to right. Little kidney shaped green, I like this. And first impressions, these greens look pretty quick from here. Yeah, that's not a bad result from there, hey? I'm not seeing much in this putt. A little bit outside the left-hand side of the cup, I think. But I think these greens are pretty slick, so let's see. The secret there was speaking to the club captain beforehand, and he told me that they're pretty quick. Ooh. Okay, yeah, these greens are really slick, and that wasn't a bad putt. Okay, that's a bogey start on number 1. Let's move on to the next hole. That's pretty impressive. Okay, hole number 2 then, stroke index 17. It's a par 3 and 177 yards from the black tees. Pulled it a little bit. Okay, there's a little pull. Let's see where it's ended up. I don't know, would you call that lucky? I don't like this shot much. I think we'll be taking that one. I actually don't see anything at all in this. So, dead straight at it. And we know they're fast. Oh, it did have a tiny little break in it. Okay. That's a bogey on number 2 as well.
I like the little red golf cuts here. Something a different colour. Makes a change from the normal ones. Something a little bit unique about the course.
Hole number 3 then is 289 yard par 4, so relatively short. Bit blind, and I think there's some water up there somewhere. I'm going to give it a go anyway.
Somehow lost the footage for the green on this hole, so sorry about that. Needless to say, we were
hopefully it's in play.
A bit right. We chipped on and ended up bogeying.
Hole number 4 then is a 161 yard par 3. Looks pretty straightforward. 7-iron.
What was becoming apparent pretty early on here is you need to be quite accurate. There's no room for wayward tee shots.
That took a healthy bounce.
Hit a nice straight shot here. It just rolled through the green.
Ooh. Nearly. Okay, come on. Yes, okay, first par of the day. Not so bad. The greens have been dressed again recently. They've done a little bit, but they're still really quick. So a little bit tentative on them in a minute. But what I have just noticed, what a nice view that is.
Indeed, this course is surrounded with beautiful views out there. You really have to be there to appreciate it.
Hole number 5 then, stroke index 1, 450 yard par 4.
A little bit of a short intro there, but the group in front of us decided to let us through. So we're just going to play up. They're on the right hand side, just under the trees. So of course I hit the ball straight towards them.
What?
Landed about 20 feet in front of where they were standing. So I've got just about 210 yards to the green. Audience watching, and hit one of the shots of my life here. I have a habit of doing quite well on stroke index 1s recently.
Should be on there? That wasn't bad.
Really happy with that, with people watching.
Slight right to left. The hole is leaning a little bit that way, but the grain of the green is going that way. So it might be pretty straight, and we already know they're fast. So one cup outside the right hand side and see how we get on. It's for birdie. Yeah, it broke a little bit. We saw that breaking, we just didn't allow enough for it. Okay, that's back-to-back pars. Brilliant. Hole number 6 then is a 403 yard par 4, straight downhill. I think the wind is a little bit against us, and it's got really warm. The sun's come out. I'm sweating a bit here. Thank you. Yeah, it's a nice one. So we've got about 130 yards here to the front edge. Just want to carry that far. I'm going to try and knock a little 9-iron in.
We bought some new mics recently, and to be honest with you, I'm not impressed with them at all. So we'll be reverting back to the old mics. I think these lasted about half a round.
Well, that has cut a mile right in the wind. I think I'm in the bunker. We're out, but it's an average shot. Really nice looking green with a huge slope, so no doubt this breaks from left to right. If I wait for the grass to grow, will it move? Wow, okay, it's a bogey. Hole number 7 here then at Chapel is a 518 yard dogleg right to left par 5.
This hole really does have a little bit of everything on it. It's a double dog leg actually. It goes right to left and then left to right, and we go over some water as well.
Hopefully that's carried the trees. So I thought I saw an opportunity there from the tee to cut the corner off, which I did a little bit, but I've still got 250 yards to go and there's water in front. So this is still going to end up being a layup. Just want to get it to where that couple is in front of us, about 170 yards down the fairway. Perfect. Okay, we got 91 yards to go here. Stay with this water. Get it on the green.
This was just a sandwich and I caught a massive flyer here.
That has flown an absolute mile.
I didn't realise it until I got down to the green here, but the greenkeeper was actually doing some maintenance. You can see some piles of sand on the green and a little blue box. So we played a putt, realised that it wasn't going to go anywhere, and we just moved on to the next hole.
Okay, so that's an interesting layout then. We've just left the side of the road that the first 7 holes on. Come on to another side of the road here. I can see a pond or a river or something behind us there. And we got a few holes on this side by the looks of it, and then it goes somewhere else apparently by a reservoir. So let's see what happens. So interesting layout here. But hole number 8 then is a 368 yard par 4, straight into the fan, and the breeze has picked up quite a bit.
Yeah, this side of the course we're about to go on is there's definitely less trees here, so less shielded, so you can definitely feel the wind on this side of the course.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
Again, the group in front had just let us through here, so we're in a bit of a hurry up. Actually, wasn't a bad shot, just took a bad bounce, and we decided just to play through onto the next hole.
Hole number 9 then is another par 5, so this is the third one we played so far. 547 yards from the black tees. Looks like it's pretty straight away.
I actually didn't mind the par 5s on this course at all. I thought they were really interesting and nice to see them grouped together like this. Genuinely didn't mind it at all. Very challenging holes. You get a good drive away. You do have a good chance with your second shot.
Okay, so about 290 yards downhill to go here. So there's no way I'm reaching it. Just a little layup with the hybrid.
This hole in particular, there's nothing really in your way to stop you just tearing one down the fairway. So provided you can hit a confident shot here, you can have a good shot into the green.
Okay, I think we just held on to the fairway. Okay, we've got about 70 yards to go here then. We did hold on to the fairway. 52 degree. Stop it next to the flag. Didn't quite stop next to the flag.
We mentioned before these greens are pretty slick, so the balls don't stop on them either, but they are really nice to putt on.
Chuck.
This one for par. I'll be happy with a par.
Yay!
Happy with that. That's a decent par. Okay, so that's the first 9 holes done with then. So what do I think of it so far? Okay, it's a pretty challenging golf course, but I think the reason for the challenge is the greens are very small targets. So actually hitting the green and staying on the green and then putting on them is where the challenge is. The getting to them is pretty reasonable. The fairways are forgiving for the most part, and they're reasonably wide. If you ignore the trees, it gives an optical illusion that everything is closed in. The fairways are actually quite receptive and reasonably easy to hit, and I've hit a couple today. So coming from me, that's okay. But yes, the greens are smaller and they are pretty quick. And again, it'd be interesting to see what they would look like in peak condition. Okay, hole number 10 then, 375 yard par 4 from the black tees. We got a hazard running all the way down the left hand side, trees on the right, but a nice welcoming fairway that looks like it runs left to right, so we'll be aiming down the left here.
Chuck.
I think that's on the fairway. Okay, so we've got a little over 130 yards here, straight to the green.
And this one landed on the green, again, just didn't hold on, rolled off the back.
Fine.
Watch this putt. That's a banana.
Okay, and that's another par. Doing okay today, happy. Hole number 11 then is a 320 yard par 4, but it is a 90-degree angle dog leg right to left. So I think a driver's going to be too long, so I'm going to take my hybrid off the tee and hopefully leave myself a shot into the green.
Yeah, I think fear of going long got into my head here, and I thought I hit the perfect shot. I thought I just made it around the corner, but as it turns out, as you will see,
Right in the middle of the fairway.
we were a little bit short where we needed to be. But I really think this is an attackable hole.
Just a layup.
So this just needed a confident pitch over the trees here. Wasn't so confident. Ended up a little long, so decided to chip across with the with a 9-iron. I thought I'd underhit this, and it just kept going. Not bad though.
Yay!
That snaked its way in, didn't it? Well, I think that's a bogey, hey? Hole number 12 then is a 400 yard dog leg right to left par 4, and the way the line of the trees go, looks like I could probably try and take it over the trees here. The wind is hurting a little bit though.
So I wanted to take on these trees here. I was actually aiming for the big tree, and I ended up just pulling it a little bit. I mean, 20 yards left of where I want it to be.
If that's made it over that tree, that's the best drive I've hit in my life.
Was a great shot, but it was a little bit lucky too.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That's insane. That was an absolute insane line. And bearing in mind, I knew none of that rubbish was there. To make it on the fairway there and leave myself with about 130-ish yards to go. I'm happy with that shot. I think we're on the green. Okay, happy with that as a shot. So we took a risk on the first shot. We've got on the green with the second shot, so that's a green in regulation. And now we've just got this 20-foot uphill, slightly left to right for birdie. Come on, let's get a birdie.
And this was my first real big misread of the day. Really confused by the green on this green.
Yay!
That's a par, and a really good one. That tee shot deserved that par. Hole number 13 then, 174 yards from this front tee. I'm guessing the blacks would normally be right back. In that case it would play about 190 yards. There's 174 today, straight into this wind, which is playing about 15 to 20 miles an hour, so pretty easy to underclub this hole. I'm going to take a hybrid at it.
Good shot. Look at that.
This was all downhill and I barely hit it. I didn't think it was going to stop. Luckily got caught up in this old drainage mark here because I think it would have kept going.
Evil green. What a horrible pin placement. I mean, the ball's still moving. That is a really good par. I'm so happy with that. Wow. Okay, so that's back-to-back pars. That was a difficult par 3. That pin placement, horrible. Hole number 14 then, 295 yard par 4. I've got no chance of hitting it, so we're just going to send a driver down.
So one of the holes actually cuts across the fairway just before the green here, and I didn't realise this. So if you do come out here, just bear in mind that there are people teeing off on the 9th tee.
Perfect drive there. Although we have outdone the fairway, we're only about 40 yards away, so pop this on the green.
This is evidence again of these really, really challenging greens.
Wow, that was an unfortunate bounce. I mean, the green is on a slope like that. If you put the camera by the side, that's impossible. Impossible. Hole number 15 then is a 491 yard par 5. We have got a little stuck here on the last 4 holes behind a 4 ball, so I'm trying to keep myself a bit loose. As soon as they're out of range, we'll give it a whack.
Good shot.
It's exactly where he was stood.
Yeah.
About 280 yards to go here, so another layup with the hybrid for me. Okay, see how that ends up.
Good shot.
Thank you. And that's another par.
Yay.
That looked from the tee to be a difficult hole, but that miss hit there actually did me a favour. It cut a bit of the corner off. Hole number 16 then is a 129 yard par 3 downhill. Got a wedge in my hand. Go, go,
Good shot.
go.
Yeah. Good shot. Oh, look at you.
Oh, it hit the flag! It hit the flag. Wasn't to be.
Yay.
That's another decent par. Hit the flag. That's as close as I've got to getting a hole in one. Holy cow. Hole 17, 360 yard par 4, dog leg right to left, little bit of water in front.
I actually think 17 and 18 are my favourite holes on this course. I really enjoyed playing these two holes. Really good finish to a very, very challenging course.
Good shot. Wow.
Yeah, that's well down there.
Good shot.
Thank you. I think that line was perfect, you know.
Yeah.
Wow. And that's another par. I think that's 7 pars in a row.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Okay, hole 18 then, 413 yards, dog leg, little dog leg left to right, back to the clubhouse, and hopefully time for a beer.
Couple of challenges here on this hole then. You have the tree that's in the middle of the fairway. You have a gully that's running across just in front of the green there, and also a well protected green with those bunkers there.
Okay, so decent little drive there, about 165 carry left to the green, so just knock a mid-iron in, see if we get there.
Good.
We're just in front of the green, I think.
This was a nice little surprise here. Chapel has its own Swilcombe Bridge. That'd be a good photo opportunity for golfers. Just needed a chip on here to give myself a chance of an up and down. Little Mackenzie green here, so there was a backstop, so I could afford to hit it through and hopefully roll back a little bit. And it did try for me.
That is a par to finish, so I need to do a count back there of how many pars it was on that back nine there, but I think we had a pretty good run. Overall, I'm pretty impressed. I think, as I said earlier on the review of the front nine, I think where this course is difficult is the greens. Actually getting tee to green isn't too bad, but the greens themselves are quite small and they're very difficult. So I think that's where you're going to lose most of your shots, is either on the green or around the greens, because the approach shots are very, very difficult. I enjoyed the round. I'd love to see these greens when they're in absolute peak condition. I think that's a running theme at this time of year, because obviously everybody is doing some kind of maintenance on the greens at this time of year. But overall, pretty impressed. Actually quite like it.
We will definitely be adding Chapel to our tours list and our golf days list, and that's the best compliment I can give it.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on Big Golf Tours. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
You did good today.